Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kazuri Alameen. And once again, I have been allowed to wake up breathing into a day that I never tasted before, and a day that I will never taste again. Real talk. Grief and loss is very, very authentic. Grief and loss is very, very authentic. We've all lost something or someone. If you haven't, you will. So, what's your point this morning, Mr. Kazuri? Don't allow anybody to rush you through grief and loss. Once again, there are a lot of people out here who are talking about grief and loss, and they don't know what they're talking about, and they're hurting people. Some of them just don't know better. Some of them do know better, and they're just after money. Grief and loss is a deep sadness. A lot of times, for example, we lose a loved one. There is a season and a reason as you're healing through that, because you got to go through it. You can't run from it. Everywhere we go, we take us with us. You're going to have your moments of losing, example, your loved one. You're going to have your moments of anger, your sadness, depression, the ambiguities, why now, the what ifs. That's all natural. There's nothing wrong with you. Take your time as you are working through and working on your road to recovery. I like to call it trauma recovery. Grief and loss recovery is very important. Don't allow anybody to rush you, and don't you rush yourself. The substance of my conversation this morning is don't allow anybody to tell you how to feel. Sometimes when a loved one passes, example, you have people say, well, I know how you feel because I lost my husband, or I lost my child, or I lost my wife, or I lost my mom. And once again, some people mean well, some people don't mean well. Nobody knows how you feel. And a lot of times we don't say anything to these people because we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. We don't want to come across as arrogant or whatever. Nobody knows how you feel. You could have two people both lost their mom and have two different vibes. Nobody knows how you feel. You're going through grief and loss. There are going to be times you don't know how you feel. So how's somebody else going to know how you feel? That's real talk. That's not negative. It's real. So don't rush yourself through this. And it's a process. You'll know when you are recovered and recovering. It's a process. Grief is something that you get through. You never get over. Say that again, because grief is something that you get through. You never get over. You always have these first-time memories with your loved ones that you had that are no longer here in the physical. That's totally okay. But don't allow anybody to rush you and tell you, well, you should be over this right now. Your spouse been dead 2 years or 8 months or whatever. You should be in a better place by now. Block those people out because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Grief is something that you get through. You don't get over it. And once again, I'm bringing 45 years of mental health experience to the table, working with people who've been dealing with and still dealing with grief and loss, trauma recovery. So take your time. Be where you are. There are going to be some times where you're going to be really, really like, gee whiz, I've lost this loved one. It's surreal to me. It could be the years down the road. That's okay. And you find the interventions that's going to help you to be able to cope with it that day. That day. For yesterday has gone and it shall not be returning in the next 2 hours and not promised to me nor you. That is a fact. So you work through it minute by minute sometimes. If you got to do that, it's okay. It's not a rush job. Grief and loss. So if you never lost anything, it's something to grieve over. But don't get twisted when people telling you, I know how you feel, you should be over here by now, and John Doe got over this quick, and Sadie Doe got over that quick. That has nothing to do with you. You have a right to your feelings. Don't rush through grief and loss, and don't let anybody rush you through grief and loss. Please, ma'am, please, sir, I see so many people get damaged. And then start grief comparing. That is not okay. I'm talking from experience now. Experience. Working with people, seeing them working through their grief and loss issues day by day, minute by minute sometimes, day by day, year by year. Feeling good at one time and not feeling good the next time, that's okay. The memories are real. These people were a part of your life. It wasn't a fantasy. These people you interacted with, they are gone now in the physical. And how you choose to deal with it, you must deal with it at your own pace, not somebody else's pace. Real talk, ladies and gentlemen, grief and loss. Once again, if you haven't tasted it, you will. That's not negative, that's real. Grief and loss. Birth, life, and death takes no vacation. Birth, life, and death takes no vacation. It doesn't matter who you are, your money, your education, your religion, your children. It doesn't matter about none of that. Birth, life, and look at what I'm saying. The evidence speaks for itself. Birth, life, and death doesn't care how many cars you got, how big your house is, how many stocks you got. It doesn't care about that. Birth, life, and death takes no vacation. That's real talk. Every second of the day, somebody is born. If you're listening to this message, you're living. As I'm making this video, somebody just died. That happens every second of the day in this world of almost 8 billion people. That's evidence-based. It's not faith. That's real talk. That's facts. Facts. We got to stop getting drunk on fantasies. So many people live and die on fantasies. Let's deal with the facts. Let's deal with the evidence. Birth, life, and death takes no vacation. So ladies and gentlemen, don't allow anybody to rush you or grief compare you. Take your time. Be where you are where you be. Be where you are where you be. Recovery is a process, it's not an event. Take your time as you are recovering through your grief and loss. Please, ma'am, and please, sir, stay up and stay strong and run your own race. Run your own race. Please, ma'am. Please, sir. Thank you.